And Coach, I got one. Who created the blitz, bandit, bluff drill? Whose idea was that?
That came from Mike. Like once I got here, I learned about it. That was I hadn't been around that before, so it's a cool drill though.
And what does it help in terms of the offense and the defense?
It just helps everyone run their blitzes, run their looks, and then the offense, how they pick it up, how they pick their blitzes up, and how they react to the movement pre-snap.
It seemed like there was a fair amount of yards after the catch for the 49ers in this game. Did you agree with that? And if so, why do you think that was?
I think, at the start of the season, we got close space better. At times, it was like there was a couple. The one that sticks out in my mind was the third and was it 7 on when Spoon blitzed, and we missed the tackle on the edge. Just understanding like we got to close in those situations, take away the space, and get as many hats to the ball as possible. Like if you play aggressive like that at times, we really want to tackle good and limit as many yards. I think we've done a good job of that last season, especially at the end of last season. Really, I think the more you can bring the players to the party, take your shots, have great angles, you got a better chance of getting the guys on the ground. We kind of got to do a better job of that.
On that play, that was Ty, just correct, I believe. And we see Julian on the injury report that we got yesterday is limited with groin. If we do have to play Ty again, what would you like to see?
Just be himself. Like I think, like you can't go into a game playing tight and worrying about an individual mistake. You have to clean those things up. That's why we practice. But when young guys come in, they have to give it their best shot. Like this has got to be a place where people play. Like Mike talks about it, loose and focused all the time. Like we got to play clean, but you got to go out there and give it your best. And when you start thinking about, this could happen, that could happen, you're not going to let it rip.
How do you feel about the pass rush? It seems like guys were disruptive and moving Purdy around a lot, but the sacks weren't there. Do you look at it as like good pressure, or do you need the sacks to show?
It's not really the sacks. I think sacks come and go. Like I think if you rush consistently, you're gonna average between 45 and probably 55, 56 sacks a year. Unless you like go off. But I think some of them, the things you really want to see is like consistent pressure. I'm really one with the guys about how fast can we create pressure on a 4-man rush. Who's got the individual rush? Who can win it? How do we win it? How do we play off each other and cover each other? Those are the things when I'm looking at it. That's kind of what I think about and how I coach the guys on that, and how Hines and CP coach the guys.
Is that somewhere DeMarcus really kind of showed up for you guys on Sunday, helping with that quick pressure?
He had one. The one that sticks out again in my mind is that it was a third down in a high red, and he was the 3 technique, and he won inside quickly. He missed the sack, but again, it's those things where you move someone off the spot, they have to make a decision because the rest guys are covering and they're coming, so you get the ball thrown out of bounds and you're off the field.
We saw you guys signed Shaquill Griffin to the active roster. What have you seen out of him? I guess I know you had a late start to training camp.
Yeah, he kind of hit the road running. Like I thought he's done a great job. He's done a great job. It's like there's like the football part of it, and then when he comes in the room, his experience, his energy, we felt him immediately, and we're just glad to have him with us.
What do you think Drake Thomas brings when he's out on the field?
I would say he makes quick, decisive decisions all the time, and he's doing a really good job. It was cool to see him get his opportunity on Sunday and get some reps and get out there and run around.
How does he get the job done? Because he's a smaller linebacker, compared to some of the other guys that play that inside linebacker spot in the league, to kind of get by with his smaller frame and that position to succeed.
Yeah, I think everyone has little things that they are not. Like looking like Julio Jones, like that's just if everyone looked like that, we're gonna have we got 10, 11 Leos on the field, But I think a lot of guys in this league that really come in as undrafted free agents or late round picks, they do the ones that really show up and they start kind of creating a career for themselves. They know how to use all their skill set to the best of their advantage and make it become their superpower. And Drake does a good job of that, I'm really happy for him.
People tend to focus on offenses that can stretch the field vertically, but
this is a dangerous place, remember last?
Do you find that there's also offenses that specialize in stretching it horizontally?
Yeah, I think the best ones do both. I think that ability to once you really create a good run game that can stretch the field and make you move, then I think the vertical pass game even comes to life more, you know? So like, there's definitely that, and then there's how you defend it and stuff and what you got to think about, but yeah, I agree.
What was your view of the two plays late with Riq Woolen and then kind of how he's responded this week?
Yeah, I think like in the league, it hurts because it hurts all of us, and it really must hurt Riq, you know? Like, it's him. You think about the person as well, like, you don't want to give up plays. He didn't come out there to give up plays, you know? I think in times like that, you've got to really just look at your focus, just make sure in the moment we're ready, and that's why we practice. Just like you asked I think Mike asked a question about tires. Like, we got to go back, we got to fix it, we got to go to work. We're a team, and that's how it works.
I like to see Josh throw since you've been coaching.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things since I've been here, you know. Like, I actually said it to the defense last week, is to see him come in, and basically this time last year he was on the practice squad, and to push himself and compete and be on the field, I think is a credit to him, you know, him as a player and him as a man.
As coaches, how valuable of a tool is that to be able to say, hey, look, I mean, we're preaching this and we're showing that if a guy does the work, he can get that opportunity?
Yeah, I think that's I know, like, from me and Mike's conversation, that's what you want from a team, you know. Like, if competition is the be all and end all, and people that are playing good play, I think that's, like, coming from where I've come from and coaching the D-line, I think that's like how you create the best group of people. When competition is at its highest and people are trying to get on the field and they want to maximize when they're on the field and make plays when they're on the field and do their job at the highest place, what you see is that it's not just people get reps, they start maximizing their reps, and then you get really good play.
With Riq, do you think part of the challenge is, like, you know, when a guy goes 58 minutes and only gets the ball thrown his way 2 times, is there a kind of a challenge to, like, really stay locked in?
I think, but that's the art of playing that position, you know, like that. If you're good at that position, that's what happens. And I think it's just like a rusher that says you might go 12 snaps and you chipped 8 of them if you're really good. Like, you got to be on when it's time to be on. I haven't played that position, but I think it's a mindset and a focus that you just have to consistently work on to play those positions. You good? Thanks very much.
Eddie.